Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Danica De Leon, and I'll be presenting Chapter 5, Strategies in Action. For the chapter outline, we will be discussing long-term objectives, alternative strategies, Michael Porter's 5 generic strategies, cost leadership, differentiation, and focus strategies, strategies for competing in turbulent, high-velocity markets, and means for achieving strategies. Now, let's first start with the definition of long-term objectives. These represent the results expected from pursuing certain strategies. Objectives should be quantitative, measurable, realistic, understandable, challenging, hierarchical, obtainable, and congruent among organizational units. Each objective should also be associated with a timeline. Two types of long-term objectives: financial objectives and strategic objectives. Financial objectives include those associated with growth in revenues, growth in earnings, higher dividends, larger profit margins, greater return on investment, higher earnings per share, a rising stock price, and improved cash flow. While strategic objectives include things such as a larger market share, quicker on-time delivery than rivals, shorter design to market times, lower costs, higher product quality, wider geographic coverage, achieving technological leadership, and consistently getting new or improved products to market ahead of rivals. An unidentified educator once said, "If you think education is expensive, try ignorance." The idea behind this saying also applies to establishing objectives. Strategies should avoid the following alternative ways. First is managing by extrapolation. Adheres to the principle, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The idea is to keep on doing about the same things in the same ways because things are going well. Managing by crisis. Based on the belief that the true measure of a really good strategist is the ability to solve problems. It is actually a form of reacting rather than acting. Managing by subjectives. Built on the idea that there is no general plan for which way to go and what to do. In short, do your own thing the best way you know how. And lastly, managing by hope. Based on the fact that the future is laden with great uncertainty and that if we try and do not succeed, then we hope our second or third attempt will succeed. Decisions are predicted on the hope that they will work and the good times are just around the corner. Integration strategies. Forward integration, backward integration, and horizontal integration are sometimes collectively referred to as vertical integration strategies, of which allows the firms to gain control over distributors, suppliers, and competitors. Forward integration involves gaining ownership or increased control over distributors or retailers. Backward integration is a strategy of seeking ownership or increased control of a firm's suppliers. This strategy can be especially appropriate when a firm's current suppliers are unreliable, too costly, or cannot meet the firm's needs. Horizontal integration refers to a strategy of seeking ownership of or increased control over a firm's competitors. Mergers, acquisitions, and takeovers among competitors allow for increased economies of scale and enhanced transfer of resources and competencies. Intensive strategies: market penetration, market development, and product development. Market penetration seeks to increase market share for present products or services in present markets through greater marketing efforts. Market development involves introducing present products or services into new geographic areas. Product development is a strategy that seeks increased sales by improving or modifying present products or services. It usually entails large research and development expenditures. Diversification strategies: related diversification and unrelated diversification. Related diversification, adding new but related products or services. Businesses are said to be related when their value chains possess competitively valuable cross-business strategic fits, while unrelated diversification, adding new unrelated products or services. Businesses are said to be unrelated when their value chains are so dissimilar that no competitively valuable cross-business relationship exists. Defensive strategies: retrenchment, divestiture, and liquidation. Retrenchment occurs when an organization regroups through cost and asset reduction to reverse declining sales and profits. Divestiture, selling a division or part of an organization. It is often used to raise capital for further strategic acquisitions or investments. Liquidation, selling all of a company's assets in parts for their tangible worth. It is a recognition of defeat and consequently can be an emotionally difficult strategy. Michael Porter's 5 generic strategies. According to Porter, strategies allow organizations to gain competitive advantage from 3 different bases: cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. Cost leadership emphasizes producing standardized products at a very low per unit cost for consumers who are price sensitive. Type 1 is low-cost strategy, which offers products or services to a wide range of customers at the lowest price available on the market. Type 2, best value cost strategy, which offers products or services to a wide range of customers at the best price value available on the market. The best value strategy aims to offer customers a range of products or services at the lowest price available compared to a rival's products with similar attributes. Type 3, differentiation, a strategy aimed at producing products and services considered unique industry-wide and directed at consumers who are relatively price sensitive. Focus means producing products and services that fulfill the needs of small groups of consumers. Type 4, low-cost focus strategy, offers products or services to a small range of customers at the lowest price available on the market. Type 5, best value focus strategy, offers products or services to a small range of customers at the best price value available on the market. Porter's 5 generic strategies imply different organizational arrangements, control procedures, and incentive systems. Larger firms with greater access to resources typically compete on a cost leadership or differentiation basis, whereas smaller firms often compete on a focus basis. Cost leadership strategies, type 1 and type 2. The basic idea is to underprice competitors and thereby gain market shares and sales, entirely driving some competitors out of the market. A low-cost, best-value cost leadership strategy can be especially effective under the following condition. When price competition among rival sellers is especially vigorous, when the products of rival sellers are essentially identical and supplies are readily available from any several eager sellers, when there are few ways to achieve product differentiation that have value to buyers, when most buyers use the product in the same ways, when buyers incur low costs in switching their purchases from one seller to another, when buyers are large and have significant power to bargain down prices, and when industry newcomers use introductory low prices to attract buyers and build a customer base. A successful cost leadership strategy usually permits the entire firm, as evidenced by high efficiency, low overhead, limited perks, intolerance of waste, intensive screening of budget requests, wide span of control, rewards linked to cost containment, and broad employee participation in cost control efforts. Differentiation strategies are type 3. Differentiation does not guarantee competitive advantage, especially if standard products sufficiently meet customer needs, or if rapid imitation by competitors is possible. A type 3 differentiation strategy can be especially effective under the following conditions. First is when there are many ways to differentiate the product or service, and many buyers perceive these differences as having value. When buyer needs and uses are diverse, when few viral firms are following a similar differentiation approach, and when technological change is fast-paced and competition revolves around rapidly evolving product features. A successful differentiation strategy allows a firm to charge a higher price for its product and to gain customer loyalty because consumers may become strongly attached to the differentiation features. Focus strategies type 4 and type 5. Focus strategies are most effective when consumers have distinctive preferences or requirements and when rival firms are not attempting to specialize in the same target segment. A low cost or best value focus strategy can be especially attractive under the following conditions. When the target market niche is large, profitable, and growing. When industry leaders do not consider the niche to be crucial to their own success. When industry leaders consider it too costly or difficult to meet the specialized needs of the market while taking care of their mainstream customers. When the industry has many different niches and segments, thereby allowing a focuser to pick a competitively attractive niche suited to its own resources. And lastly, when few, if any, other rivals are attempting to specialize in the same target segment. An organization using a focus strategy may concentrate on a particular group of customers, geographic markets, or on a particular product line segment to serve a well-defined but narrow market, but better than competitors who serve a broader market. Strategies for competing in turbulent, high-velocity market. The world is changing more and more rapidly, and consequently, industries and firms are changing faster than ever. Some industries are changing so fast that researchers call them turbulent, high-velocity markets. High-velocity markets is defined as the locus for a number of sectors that show common similarities, market and capability-wise, in which the cost of information is relatively low while the flow speed of information is relatively high. Meeting the challenge of high-velocity change presents the firm with a choice of whether to react, anticipate, or lead the market in terms of its own strategies. Means for achieving strategies. Cooperation among competitors. For collaboration between competitors to succeed, both firms must contribute something distinctive, such as technology, distribution, basic research, or manufacturing capacity. But a major risk is that unintended transfers of important skills or technology may occur at organizational levels. Information not covered in the formal agreement often gets traded in the day-to-day interactions, and firms often give away too much information to rival firms when operating under cooperative agreements. Joint venture. It is a popular strategy that occurs when two or more companies form a temporary partnership or consortium for the purpose of capitalizing on some opportunity. Often, the two or more sponsoring firms form a separate organization and have shared equity ownership in the new entity. In a global market tied together by the internet, joint ventures and partnerships, alliances are proven to be a more effective way to enhance corporate growth than mergers and acquisitions. Mergers and acquisitions are two commonly used ways to pursue strategies. A merger occurs when two organizations of about equal size unite to form one enterprise, and an acquisition occurs when a large organization purchases or acquires a smaller firm or vice versa. When a merger or acquisition is not desired by both parties, it can be called a takeover or a hostile takeover. In contrast, if the acquisition is desired by both firms, it is termed a friendly merger. First mover advantages. This refers to the benefits a firm may achieve by entering a new market or developing a new product or service prior to rival firms. Benefits of a firm being the first mover. Secure access and commitments to rare resources, gain new knowledge of critical success factors and issues, gain market share and position in the best locations, establish and secure long-term relationships with customers, suppliers, distributors, and investors, and gain customer loyalty and commitments. Outsourcing. Business process outsourcing, or BPO, is a rapidly growing new business that involves companies taking over the functional operations such as human resources, information systems, payroll, accounting, customer service, and even marketing of other firms. Companies are choosing to outsource their functional operations for several reasons. It is less expensive, it allows the firm to focus on its core businesses, it enables the firm to provide better services. And other advantages of outsourcing are that the strategy allows the firm to align itself with the best in world suppliers who focus on performing the special task. It provides the firm flexibility should customer needs shift unexpectedly and allows the firm to concentrate on other internal value chain activities critical to sustaining competitive advantage. Strategic management may represent a radical change in philosophy for some organization, so strategists must be trained to anticipate and constructively respond to questions and issues as they arise. The 16 strategies discussed in this chapter can represent a new beginning for many firms, especially if managers and employees in the organization understand the support and plan for action. That concludes my report. Thank you.